from Dr. Johnny L. and his Madman Band.
Coming up is the most copied drum intro of all times. Phil Spector, Ronnie Bennett, later Spector, Sonny and Cher, the greatest pop record of all time, according to no one less than Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. It's the Ronettes' never-to-be-forgotten 1963 hit... Yeah, I'm Dr. Johnny L. Welcome to the 60s. 1, 2, 3, 4!
Be My Baby, the anthem of Wall of Sound lovers.
Los Angeles, March 1963. Demon producer and founder of the Wall of Sound, Phil Spector, has just signed the Ronettes to his label Phil's, hoping to reprise the success of the Do-Run Run, which was just released and climbing the charts with the Crystals. And how to do that? Well, Spector teamed up again with songwriting wizards couple Jeff Barry and Ellie Greenwich and penned Be My Baby for the Ronettes. Or rather, for Veronica Ronnie Bennett, later to become Mrs. Spector. Fact is that no other Ronette than Ronnie appears on the record. Be My Baby was then recorded in July 1963 and released August 1963, which gave the super trio Spector, Barry, Greenwich time to squeeze in the writing, recording and releasing of And Then He Kissed Me in July. Things moved pretty fast in those days. Sometimes. Anyhow, Be My Baby reached number 2 on the Billboard Pop Singles chart, number 4 on the UK's record retailer and on the R&B chart. Okay, I already told you that Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys claimed Be My Baby to be the greatest pop record of all time. And well, it's Brian Wilson, you know, so let's just assume he's right, okay? He should know, I think. And I agree, of course. But what if Be My Baby hadn't turned out a fantastic record and a smash hit? That would have been very embarrassing.
Why?
Why? I'll tell you why. Or rather, our Los Angeles correspondent Little Miss Lonely will tell you why from the exterior of Gold Star Studios, where the magic happened. Little Miss Lonely, can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. L, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, Little Miss Lonely, can you tell us why a failure in greatness and chart success would have been so embarrassing when talking about Be My Baby?
Yes, I can. It's because Be My Baby is like who is who of early 1960s American pop success.
How do you mean?
Right, here it comes.
Here Comes the Night?
No, shut up, here it comes.
Little Miss Lonely's list of persons whose involvement in the producing of Be My Baby would have made a failure incredibly embarrassing. Number 1.
Phil Spector.
Number 2.
Songwriter couple John Barry and Ellie Greenwich.
Number 3.
The Wrecking Crew.
Number 4.
Sonny and Cher.
Number 5.
Arranger Jack Nietzsche.
Number 6.
Sound engineer Larry Levine.
Little Miss Lonely's list of persons whose involvement in the producing of Be My Baby would have made a failure incredibly embarrassing.
Thank you, Little Miss Lonely. Direct from the Gold Star Studios in Los Angeles, California. Now we all understand why it would have been a majestic embarrassment if Be My Baby hadn't become a masterpiece. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Don't you wish they'd turn their heads everywhere you go?
Yeah.
And don't you wish that you were so proud of me?
Yeah.
And don't you wish that for every kiss you give, you'll get 3?
Hell yeah!
Then confidence is what you need. Confidence, my friends, confidence!
Confidence in a bottle?
Oh, yes. The Madman Band ready-made old-fashioned cocktail mix. Confidence in a bottle. For every kiss you give, you'll get 3.
And we're back with more Be My Baby. So, all these gifted music people involved in Be My Baby. Let's have a look at a few of them and how did they contribute to the track. Let's start, like any great rockumentary, with the drums. The intro of Be My Baby is perhaps the most copied drum pattern of all time. You might be familiar with Depeche Mode's Question of Lust from far in the future, as well as the 1966 Sinatra anthem Strangers in the Night. The drummer behind this signature drum intro is Hal Blaine, perhaps the most heard drummer of the 60s. He claims he stopped counting after 35,000 recordings, but you might want to know how he kept track of the first 35,000 though. Blaine himself states that the drum intro of Be My Baby was a mistake, that he accidentally dropped one of his drumsticks, thus missing out the first snare drum hit, and then kept doing that to cover him screwing up. True? Not very likely. Who cares? The drum intro is stuff that legends are made up around. The addition of tambourine, maracas, and above all the brilliant castanets is not just icing on the cake, but accentuates Blaine's original pattern. Who plays the annoying yet irresistible bass line? You know, the one that sounds like a horrible kid? Of course, it's Carol Kay. She and Blaine were the face and rhythm foundation of the already mentioned studio musician group The Wrecking Crew, who throughout the 60s and well on into the 70s played on a ridiculous amount of hit records. She plays bass on the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. Case closed. Now, how about the guys singing backup vocals? Well, we all know Sonny and Cher. Ellie Greenwich was one of the songwriters behind Be My Baby. Nino Tempo was a member of the Wrecking Crew. But Bobby Sheen? Well, Bobby had Phil Spector produced his single called Zip-a-dee-doo-dah with the group Bob B. Sox and the Blue Jeans, and would much later join the Coasters. But never mind him. What I want to know is the story of the Blossoms. And in order to get their story, I'm going to call Gracia Nietzsche, member of the group and wife of arranger Jack Nietzsche. I have her number here and I'm going to call her on my Mars phone. 6422. It's ringing. Hello, Mrs. Nietzsche?
Speaking.
You don't sound like a Gracia Nietzsche.
No, I'm more of a you're welcome Schopenhauer. But a bit of an Ubermensch.
Well played. Anyhow, not Gracia Nietzsche. What's the story with the Blossoms and Be My Baby?
They were Spector's favorites, though he had a weird way of showing it.
What do you mean?
He chose them to sing on his hit single Rebel Rebel, but it was not credited to the Blossoms, but released as a single with the Crystals, and he did the same thing several other times to them.
Okay, but the Blossoms, who were they?
They started out as a sextet during the 1950s under the name The Dreamers. They recorded stuff with, among others, Sam Cooke and Richard Berry, famous for writing Louie Louie.
And then came the 60s.
Yep, that's when Darlene Love and Gracia Nietzsche joined them, and they became the Blossoms. They recorded backing tracks for Da Do Run Run, Be My Baby, Johnny Angel, Move Over Darling, and a whole lot of other hit records. And in the 70s...
No. We don't really care about what happened in the future. Goodbye and thank you, not Gracia Nietzsche. Oh, time's up, folks. That's all for now.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not?
No, it's not. Hi, I'm Tex Madison of the Mad Men Band, but that's not important. What is important is that Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys wrote an answer song to Be My Baby.
And which one may that be?
Don't Worry Baby. Have you heard it?
What do you think? Thank you, Tex.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, our time really is up for today, but I'd like to end with a little tip. If you crank up the volume on Be My Baby in the end, in the very fade out, you'll hear the band make a little extra triplet figure that the Madman Band, of course, have included in our not faded version of Be My Baby. Right, thank you, Little Miss Lonely, Tex Madison, not Gracia Nietzsche, and of course our sponsor, the Madman Band, ready-made old-fashioned cocktails, and our producers, Porter and Terrell Syndrome, Tin Stream, and Megapixel. If there's anything else worth knowing about Be My Baby that we haven't covered, or if there's anything else on your 60s mind, tell us in the comments. Listen to the Madman Band's version of Be My Baby here. And listen to a few other versions of Be My Baby like Ronettes, John Lennon and the Beach Boys right here. Don't forget to subscribe and remember, you're always welcome back to the 60s. See you soon. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4!